So this one is Godzilla versus Gigan. This is from 1972, 89 minutes. This is dubbed. This is not dubbed. Not dubbed. What the fuck's that rocket behind us? It's not dubbed, this one. Now, I actually have this one on VHS. Only $5.99. This is the green one. Godzilla vs. Gigan. The creators of Children's Land capture one of Tokyo's leading scientists in the effort to rescue her brother. The scientist's sister emerges to steal a secret tape. The tape, as played, sends a code to all monsters in space, including Godzilla. Fuminu, the leader of the children, is an alien who wants to capture the Earth and his own planet and destroy it. Only Godzilla can save the planet. So yeah, right, now part of my original 7 I seen back in there, this is about 4, or it could be 5. Horror of the Deep was 7, I'm sure 5 was another one, I'm trying to think what 6 was. It's really bugging us. So this could have been my 4th or 6th one in the series, but I do specifically remember, God bless my other grandparents, Joyce and Jimmy, this was taped off the television, and it was always taped about half an hour in. I mean, yeah, ask your granddaughter tape Godzilla, he's gonna watch his old shows. You gotta remember, this is the 80s, you know, you couldn't just record something and watch something else. It was recorded on VHS, so never really knew the start of it. It's not really fresh, but the ending's totally fresh. Now, I was totally sidetracked by this because I didn't realise this was the one I was talking about. Now, I totally remember the Godzilla statue in Godzilla Land, and I totally forgot King Ghidorah was in this. Like, Gigan's in it, yes, Godzilla and Anguirus are in it. Now, this is pretty much the first ever tag team movie they've done. So, there's a news reporter, again, and he checks out Monster Land, the theme park. And, I don't know, I mean, there's a lot of build. This totally goes away from the last 2 70s acid trips we had. And this sort of goes. Did I mention the last one as well? On the last one, it was the most time you could see Godzilla walking away. You could see, fuck hell, see his tail being. You could see the string pull his tail, like lifting it up to make it waffle. Anyway, this slowly burns on. So these people, all dressed in orange, are like, they've got this tape and they want to play this tape, and you know, people don't want this tape playing. There's quite a few sets in the stories a bit bluish. Jason's fell over on the fish tank. Anyway, yeah. So this tape gets played, and Godzilla and Anguirus are just hanging out the island, and they start talking, and it's like, what the fuck? It gives this weird screechy noise, and we get fucking speech bubbles, and it's like, so they're luring away, and they're getting away from the child messages that we're trying to send with the last couple of movies. And this takes a little bit of a darker tone, I'll tell you why, but yeah. Godzilla sends Anguirus across the other side of the world to find out what that noise is. Anguirus turns up. Oh, what's going on? Everyone shoots the fuck out of him. He turns around and goes back. Okay. So Godzilla and Anguirus then have a conversation about getting there faster. Faster to save the day. And there's some pretty weird shots in this. There's some cool shots. There's fish eyes on cars going around cities. There's some great miniature work, especially with how they use the Godzilla statue in the foreground. As I say, the synopsis of the movie shows that someone's kidnapped and they want them back, and it was quite hard to follow. I am doing a music video at the moment, so I'm listening to music. And the movie's just powering on. It's a bit of a musical at the start and at the end there. He has his targets in his sights as Anguirus and Godzilla swim off. So, anyway, they end up playing this music, and not only do we get the debut of Gigan, we also get King Ghidorah back as well. And it's like, okay, totally forgot he was in it. He was definitely dead in Destroy All Monsters. Definitely dead. So Gigan comes along, and he's got metal claws, he's got metal beak, he's got a chainsaw, he's got a bandsaw, a buzzsaw on his chest. He's got sharp little feet. And these two just completely annihilate Tokyo. And then you start seeing some shots you've seen before, especially the petrol station and the Tokyo Stadium. You go, I've seen them destroyed before. It's the same footage. The tank as well. I'm sure the last 3 or 4 films I've seen the tank melt. I mean, a couple of times this poor tank is melted. But anyway, they destroy it, and Godzilla's telling Anguirus to hurry up as they're swimming over. And then they get there, and it's just a full-on bloody fucking tag team battle, back and forth, and it's got some quirky bits, but then it's just fucking weird because Anguirus and King Ghidorah are fighting, and then it starts showing fucking clips from Destroy All Monsters, but then it's the wrong way around. It's like, what the fuck's going on here? It's like the bit where King Ghidorah comes down on Anguirus and stands on his back. Next thing you know, Anguirus is biting his neck, and you think, what up there? Next thing you know, Anguirus is up in the sky, then Anguirus comes down, and you think, that's completely wrong way around. Like, why use that footage? Because it's daytime. This fight happens at night time. So it cuts from day to night. And it's just like, yep, just put that in. Put Godzilla standing on King Ghidorah's neck again. And then Godzilla vertical suplexes King Ghidorah 3 times in a row, and it's the same fucking shot. Anguirus then uses his signature move when he flies backwards and spikes him. Okay. Gigan, this is, surprisingly enough, this is the first time you ever see blood. Again, it's wrestling. Gigan comes across and Godzilla's shoulder explodes with blood. And next thing you know, he gets a proper beat down. And Godzilla gets his head bust open, and you think, the fuck? He's bleeding like fucking red blood down it, like crimson. What the fuck? So yeah, there's some probably gnarly bits in it. But again, as soon as it really starts getting going, it's an epic long fight and all that. And they get the comeback, they have the wrestling's comeback. They fucking fly off. And it's like, alright. Ghidorah fucks off. Gigan fucks off. The bug people get blown up by an elevator full of TNT, and it's hilarious when the guy disappears and there's just a bug, and he's like, oh no, and it's just like this bug on the floor fighting for its life, and subtitles are going, what has happened to our technology, and that it's quite hilarious. So I've just been laughing at that. And then Godzilla flying away, and they'll fly away, swim away, and it's like, what the fuck? So yeah, I'll see you in the outtakes. Good old chapter. I always do chapter, don't I? Here in the outtakes. It's timeline. So, Gigan, yeah. Timeline. So let's just have a quick flashback for the timeline. That's what we do. Yeah, the idea of Monster Island, evil master who's really a bug, interview, them talking. Don't know what the fuck that is. The guy trying to save it. The debut of King Ghidorah. I'm just circling around the Monster Island. Big fight. As well, like the Godzilla statue, like firing blue laser beams at it. Godzilla victorious. Again, the main characters, none of the actors as well. There's a hippie guy in it. There's a bit at the start of the movie, and a hippie guy on the tape, and he's got sweet corn, and I don't know if it's intentional, but it looks like a dildo. The middle of it's got a stick, and it's got like this raised bit at the front. It's like, okay. But it's weird how this one's dubbed, so my theory that the ones that were released on VHS is kaput, because this one is Britney Sneezes in the background. This is obviously when I've paid in my room. I've had that long with that. $5.99. Busts my theory of the movies that were released on VHS are the dubbed ones. So that was from 1972, just a year after the Smog Monster one. There's only 3 left in this series. This has been a proper epic mash on. There's one on this disc. I'm sure there was more discs than this left. There's one on this disc. The other 2 must be on 7, and 8's the supplements in it. So next we're going to get Godzilla versus Megalodon, which I'm sure is the one with Jet Jaguar in. I'm sure for that one in a bit, which is Theo's favourite film. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be watching that one tonight though. It's hot. I mean, I'm not be fluent in Japanese at all, but I'm when I'm in it's speaking in English, at least I can, oh yeah, that's what I'm about. Like when it's speaking in Japanese and it's subtitles and you don't catch the subtitles, you look over and go, what the fuck's going on there? It's like the last one I watched last night with the fucking fish rave, which gave us fucking nightmares, and then when I did the review I was that tired over it, I totally forgot about it. I mean, it's just coming up 10 to 1 in the morning. It's like an acid trip. So yeah, that was Godzilla vs. Gigan. It's a misleading title because when you've got Anguirus and King Ghidorah brought back from the dead. There's a lot of stock footage used in this multiple times, but nostalgia, give us a throwback. As I say, I'm now trying to work out what the 7 were, because I remember 7 movies from Destroy All Monsters, Invasion of the Astro Monsters. The 3rd one was Son of Godzilla. I'm sure this was for 7 was definitely Ebra. Godzilla. No. So that's it. Is that a duck? That's it. 6 was Godzilla versus Megalodon, the claw guy. And 5 was one with the sea serpent. I'm sure I've worked out my... And then you had Vic and Bob, before and after. Right, next one's going to be Godzilla versus Megalodon.
And now, the end is here.